Everyone knows Vladimir Putin as one of the most powerful men in the world, but his personal life remains shrouded in mystery. For 30 years he was married to Lyudmila, and together they had 2 daughters. However, their divorce in 2013 took many by surprise. Even more shocking was Lyudmila's later marriage to a man 20 years her junior. What made her marriage to Putin so unhappy, and what has her life been like since remarrying? Watch the full video to uncover the details. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with my latest videos. Let's dive in. Lyudmila was born on January 6, 1958, in Kaliningrad, Russia, and grew up in a working-class family. Her father worked at a mechanical plant, and her mother was a cashier. From a young age, Lyudmila excelled in literature and the Russian language, dreaming of becoming an actress. After high school, she attended Kaliningrad Technical University and took on various jobs to support herself, including working as a nurse. Eventually, she began her career as a flight attendant for Aeroflot's Kaliningrad branch. Later, Lyudmila decided to pursue further education at Leningrad State University, where she studied Spanish in the Department of Philology. During her 3rd year, she went on a trip to Leningrad with friends, where she met her future husband. They were introduced by a mutual friend who invited them to a comedian's performance. After their first meeting, Vladimir and Lyudmila began dating. Lyudmila often visited him on weekends since he was living with his parents. After nearly 3 years of dating, Putin proposed, and they married on July 28, 1983, in a modest ceremony attended by close friends and family. Lyudmila wore a beautiful white dress, while Putin donned a classic dark 3-piece suit. After their marriage, Lyudmila continued working and supported Vladimir in his career. The couple moved to Dresden, East Germany, in 1985, where Putin was stationed as a KGB agent. During this time, Lyudmila gave birth to their 2 daughters, Maria in 1985 and Katerina in 1986. The family enjoyed a happy period in Germany, which Lyudmila later recalled as the happiest time of her life. However, when they returned to Russia, and as Putin's responsibilities grew, he had less time for his wife, leaving her feeling lonely and isolated. In 1994, Lyudmila suffered a serious accident and hoped that her husband would set aside his work to support her during this challenging time. Instead, she found herself surrounded by colleagues at the hospital, with Putin absent during her recovery. This deepened her sense of hurt and isolation. As Putin entered the political arena and became president of Russia in 2000, Lyudmila felt increasingly neglected. Despite becoming the First Lady of Russia, she was unhappy and even grew to hate her new role. A Russian designer who dressed Lyudmila for special occasions revealed that she was unprepared for life in the political spotlight, saying she was not ready for this role. Being the president's wife came down on her unexpectedly. Lyudmila rarely engaged in public duties, attending only a few state dinners and ceremonial events, such as the Christmas tree lighting in the Kremlin. She also curated a fund aimed at developing the Russian language and occasionally made statements about Russian language and education, but overall she preferred to stay out of the spotlight. After just a few years into Putin's tenure, Lyudmila stopped accompanying him on trips abroad and largely disappeared from the public eye. Some reports even suggested that she was confined to a nunnery, though this was never confirmed. After nearly 30 years of marriage, Lyudmila and Vladimir publicly announced their separation by mutual agreement. The divorce announcement was made on camera for Russian news media at the State Kremlin Palace during the intermission of a performance by the Kremlin Ballet, ending years of speculation about their relationship. Interestingly, their relationship both began and ended after watching a show. Another notable point is that prominent politicians typically do not get divorced while in office. However, Putin broke with tradition and became the first Russian president to do so. During the announcement, the former couple described their separation as a civilized divorce, with Lyudmila stating, "This is really our mutual decision. Our marriage is over because we barely see each other." However, there were rumors that the main reason for the divorce was Vladimir's alleged affairs during their marriage. The most notable among these was with former gymnast Alina Kabayeva, one of Russia's most decorated gymnasts. Rumors of a romantic relationship between Kabayeva and Putin first surfaced in 2008 when a Russian newspaper reported that Putin planned to divorce Lyudmila and marry Kabayeva. The newspaper was quickly shut down after this report, adding to the speculation. Kabaeva seemed to withdraw from public life around the same time as Putin's divorce from Lyudmila in 2013, and both were spotted wearing wedding rings at the 2014 Sochi Winter Olympics. There have also been rumors that they have a secret family together, including multiple children. Perhaps Lyudmila could no longer tolerate her husband's infidelities and decided to seek her own happiness. When Putin was asked by the state news agency in 2014 if he planned to remarry, he responded with a joke, "I need to marry off my ex-wife Lyudmila first, and then I will think about myself." Indeed, in 2015, Lyudmila surprised everyone by marrying a wealthy businessman 20 years younger than her, Artur Okeretny. Her new husband is the director of a non-profit organization, the Center for the Development of Interpersonal Communications, a foundation that Lyudmila has been associated with. Before this, he worked at an event agency that frequently dealt with government clients. The news of Lyudmila's marriage to Artur wasn't officially announced, but it became widely reported in 2016 after Russian media discovered that Lyudmila had adopted Okeretny's surname in property documents and official records. After their marriage, Lyudmila and Artur began a new chapter in France, where they purchased a luxurious villa worth $7.4 million. They have since led a very private life, staying out of the public eye and not speaking publicly about their marriage. It seems that Lyudmila finally found her happy ending. Her long marriage to Putin was far from successful. She was often unhappy and felt alone. As a biographer of Putin once said, she was a woman who loved and was not loved. Now, it appears she has found someone who can be her companion for the rest of her life. What do you think of this story? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want more like it, be sure to leave a thumbs up in appreciation. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you get notified every week when I upload a new video. See you in the next video.